Hello, my name is Dr. Amy Morgan, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Second Chance Month, which is happening this April. First, let me introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Dr. Amy Morgan. I'm an assistant professor of family science at the University of Maryland School of Public Health. I'm also faculty in the Couple and Family Therapy Master's Program, which is housed in the Department of Family Science. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I'm an approved clinical supervisor through the American Association of Marriage and Family Therapy. And I wear a few different hats. I'm a therapist and a supervisor, so that's my clinical hat. I'm also a teacher to undergraduate students in family science and master's students here at the Couple and Family Therapy Master's Program at University of Maryland. And I'm also a researcher. My research broadly looks at the impact of mass incarceration, which has been unfolding over the last few decades. And we've seen large increases of people being incarcerated. Quick statistic, the United States houses 5% of the world's population, but we incarcerate 21% of the world's inmates. So we definitely have an incarceration problem here. And I'm sure, as many people know, we have a significant overrepresentation of people of color and economic minorities in the criminal justice system. So I look at the impact of mass incarceration on families and what promotes resilience of families of the incarcerated and incarcerated people themselves. So why am I doing this video? Like I said, April is Second Chance Month. And when we think about those who develop resilience, families and individuals alike, in relation to incarceration, oftentimes second chances are involved, and that's the type of research I look at. In 2020, the AAMFT Research and Education Foundation, in partnership with honoree trustees Chef Jeff Henderson and his wife Stacy Womack Henderson, put out a request for proposals that would intend to conduct research on identifying resiliency and protective factors of the recently incarcerated. I was thrilled to see this request for proposals because it's the exact type of research that I do. So I ended up applying and I was awarded funding for my submission, which was entitled Developing a Redemptive Identity, a mixed method study exploring post-incarceration resiliency. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about why I think this research is important, and then I'll tell you about what I'll be doing in this study. So the majority of post-incarceration research is devoted to identifying predictors of recidivism for the nearly 2/3, about 68 to 77% of individuals who return to carceral settings. So when I say recidivism means those who are released from jail or prison and then end up getting rearrested and sent back to a carceral setting. So a lot of the research is really risk focused. It's looking at what predicts recidivism. And in a way, it sort of decenters the human experience by just looking at what ends up getting people sent back to these settings. But what I'm really curious in is, how do people avoid getting sent back? What is it about them? What type of resilience do they develop to prevent getting sent back to a carceral setting? And in fact, about 17% of people, formerly incarcerated people, do successfully desist, meaning they completely avoid rearrest. There's something that they've changed in their life and they are no longer part of the incarceration system. And we know far less about the mechanisms of resilience for those who end up desisting. So the goal of my research is to identify internal and external resilience factors that build resilience and promote desistance among formerly incarcerated individuals. So I'm really looking at, what is it about the people themselves, maybe their beliefs or their experiences? So is the internal experience, the internal resilience, and then external, what is it about the people around them, their communities, maybe experiences that they had during incarceration that really coalesce into resilience and thereby prevent recidivism and promote desistance. So findings from this research are going to serve as a really important focal point for future intervention development dedicated to fostering resilience, both individually and relationally, for those finding their way home after incarceration. As I mentioned, April Second Chance Month, and it's meant to raise awareness and improve perceptions of people with a criminal record, encourage second chance opportunities, which are so important in promoting desistance, and drive momentum for policy change throughout the country. We have a lot of policy change that needs to happen from the federal level down. I would like to encourage AAMFT members and foundation donors who are interested in this project or other programs of the foundation to please consider making a contribution this month to help support this work, which can be done through their website, aamftfoundation.org. And finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the AAMFT Research and Education Foundation and honoree trustees, Chef Jeff Henderson and Stacy Womack Henderson, who have made this research possible. This research that I'm doing and that others are doing will advance the next wave of justice reform, where we as researchers and practitioners can focus systemically on promoting resilience of individuals and families impacted by mass incarceration. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you consider donating to the AAMFT Research and Education Foundation in honor of Second Chance Month in April.